Today I'm going to give an informative speech on anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression have become an increasing problem in America, and especially across our college campuses. Now, from 2013 to present day, anxiety has risen 42% and depression by 36% on college campuses alone. Now, to some people, these numbers may sound small, and to some they may sound big, but it is important to understand exactly what the people with these mental illnesses go through on a day-to-day basis in order to understand why it is such an important topic to speak on. Anxiety is basically a feeling of always being worried or always scared of being judged by people. And one type of anxiety is social anxiety, which I personally have, but I've been able to overcome some aspects of it. For example, I'm able to play sports in front of a crowd, but I'm not very good at speaking in front of a crowd. So the other mental illness that I want to talk on is depression, and depression affects people a little bit differently. Depression often affects your mood and the way that you act and even the way you speak towards people. Oftentimes, people with depression seem to lose all sense of enjoyment in things that they once loved to do. Now, these feelings may come back whether the depression be persistent or seasonal. Now, to speak on the different types of depression, these are all unique in their own way. Now, persistent depression, in order to be diagnosed with this form, you have to have constant symptoms for 2 years. Who would want to go through that for 2 years? But moving on. The most common type is probably seasonal depression. And seasonal depression is exactly what it sounds like. It is depression that occurs during a certain season of the year. Many experience this depression during the cooler seasons, such as fall or winter. Now, some people may relate certain times of the year to certain events that have happened. So, say if somebody lost a loved one in the spring, then they may have seasonal depression in the spring rather than the cooler season. It really just depends on the person. And then the last type of depression that I'm going to speak on is postpartum depression, which was a little odd to me. So, while the mother is pregnant, all is well. And then once they give birth to their child, they often don't have a sense of connection with their child. They don't want to bond with it, they don't want to hold it, and they want somebody else to take care of it. Now, oftentimes, the mother does form a sense of a bond with their child, but in some cases, they do not. And a lot of the times, they may end up putting their child up for adoption. These illnesses are increasing, but there are treatments for them. The thing that I personally did was speak with a therapist, and then I went to a doctor to receive medication. Now, as far as medication goes, it is important to understand that there are different types of anti-anxiety and antidepressant medicines, and many will have side effects that affect you personally. So it is important to speak with your doctor about what you're allergic to, and once put on a new medication, it's important to express how you really feel about how the treatment is going. If it makes you feel sick, it's important to tell the doctor so they maybe can lower the dosage or they can put you on a different prescription. It's really just important to find the best fit for you. Now, if somebody's case is more severe than most others, such as psychosis involved in both of these, whether it be anxiety or depression, it is important for people to seek inpatient treatment where they go into a psychiatrist's office and they are put as an inpatient to be watched and to be taken care of by nurses and doctors. Whichever method is available, it's really important to seek treatment, whether it just be medication or whether it be talking to somebody. Whatever personally helps you, that's what's important to go for. So don't let anxiety or depression take over your life. Take control of your life by reaching out and getting treatment. Or if you see that your friend is exhibiting these symptoms, then recommend that they do the same for themselves. So that is my informative speech on anxiety and depression today. And thank you.